And joining us right now on our hotline here, while we are live at Fenway, he's not here though. Alex Cora, how you doing, Alex? How you doing, Skipper?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Now, that was a nice win last night, a much-needed win, and you guys, as we saw, took a little time for yourselves. Skipped over some things, got to the park a little bit later. Is it safe to assume this is something you're repeating again here today?
Yeah, we get into a point of the season that traveling, the schedule, and obviously the grind is catching up, and just to break the routine, the guys spend time with your families, have lunch with them, do whatever you want to do, and show up later to the ballpark. As far as the work, they're going to hit in the cage. They're going to take grounders if they want to, but I think it's a good change, for them, just to kind of like recharge, reset, and keep grinding. And, we did it yesterday. It was good for them. We'll do it again today, and most likely we'll do it again tomorrow, regardless of the result.
All right, very good. Good to know. By the way, Alex Cora is sponsored by Sherwin Williams. The Sherwin Williams Pro Plus programs help you manage and grow your paint business. Also brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh, and Arbella Insurance, here for baseball fans, here for good. So, with that in mind, it seems like the results were what they were. Kenley Jansen, after the game, said that you guys have been pressing a little bit, that everybody had been kind of tight. Is that something that you observed? Do you agree with that assessment?
We got a lot of young guys playing the first big league season, right? And, when you get to the big leagues, you're trying to establish yourself. The kids have done an amazing job so far. Let's not take that away from them. But obviously, we put ourselves in a position that we get a chance to make it to the playoffs, and they've never been through that. That's not part of player development, right? Player development is about your skills, your swing, your defense, base running, your pitches. It's not that in player development they don't care about winning, but it's actually secondary, right? We're trying to make these guys better so they can make it to the big leagues as soon as possible. And we had 4 bad days too. Like we went to Houston, we won a series. We went to Baltimore, we split a series. We beat the Rangers. The Astros swept us. So it's not as bad as people are portraying it. It just happens that when we lost 4 in a row or 5 in a row, whatever it is, other teams were winning, and then the standing changed. But yesterday we won. We gained some ground on some teams. The teams in American League Central, they're gonna battle. Detroit, Minnesota, Kansas City, and Cleveland. So from our end, take care of your business and then look around, see where you're at. And we get into September 1st. I always feel like that's when you say, okay, this is what we got to do to make it to the playoffs. Let's try to win the series against the Jays, go to Detroit, do the same thing. And by Monday, we know what we have to do, and we'll take care of the rest.
Alex, how much of your job is managing people, not necessarily managing baseball players in an event like this where somebody might be pressing, or even, I think they mentioned in the Nesson broadcast last night that maybe one of the reasons Yoshida is playing better is that his family's here and he's enjoying some home cooking from his family. How much is a baseball manager about managing people first and then baseball players second?
I think it's a huge part of what we do as a coaching staff, understanding what's going on, with their families. There's a lot of situations that obviously don't become public, but you have to deal with it. And, we take pride in that. I think if you take care of the individual, then the baseball player is going to be fine. And that's something I learned over the years with Davey Johnson, Tito Francona, Jerry Manuel, they were great baseball managers. They managed baseball players, but at the same time, they really care about Alex Cora, the person. And I learned a lot from those guys, and I try to do the same thing with our players.
Just wondering, have you had any contact with Gerard Mayo? Because that's one of the things he's preached early in his tenure as the Patriots coach is building relationships with players, the culture that he's setting. Any connection between you two guys yet?
No, not yet. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, Jarren Duran had a big night last night, leading off with the home run, had that great throw as well, and he also made history as, according to the Elias Sports Bureau, the first player ever to have 10 triples, 20 homers, 30 steals, and 40 doubles in a single season. The ascension of him this year is something that I'm sure you take a lot of pride in, especially considering some of the adversity that he's faced. What can you say about Jarren Duran on a day like today?
No, I mean, as a baseball player, it's just fun to watch. Just being the leadoff guy, you're in the dugout, and from pitch one, you expect something great to happen. And the athleticism, the way he goes about it, is second to none. To be honest with you, when the opposition is in awe of what he's doing, that tells you a lot. He's an impactful bat. Obviously, running the bases. He's done this for a few years, but the willingness to become a great defender, I give him a lot of credit. He was below average 3 years ago. We remember the inside the park fly ball by Tapia 2 years ago, I think it was, the day in Kansas City when he lost 2 balls in the sun. And now I think he's leading the league in defensive run saves in center field, and it's fun to watch. The plays yesterday, cutting that ball in the gap, throwing out Vladdy at second, playing the ball off the wall to give it to Rafaela and get the out at the plate, that would never happen a few years ago, but he put the work. There's a lot of people that help out too. Will Venable, who's in Texas now, got him going, got him get him more athletic in the outfield, move faster. Kyle Hudson has been on top of him the whole time, the last 2 years, and you can see the benefits of that. And I'm impressed. I'm happy that we have him, and this guy is going to be a good player for a long, long time.
I know the season's not over yet, but to this point, would you consider him the MVP of the team?
Yeah, he's up there with Rafi. Those two guys, they have carried the offense in different ways, but the impact of the leadoff guy from the get-go, and obviously the defensive side of it, he's been one of the most important players in our team.
When it is going the way you want it to be going, and the style of play that you guys have been good at in terms of running and playing good defense and things of that nature, is that a style of baseball that Alex Cora likes? I mean, it's obviously different than 10 or 15 years ago. It was walk, home run, strikeout, walk. Like, we have a different style of baseball that seems like you guys are playing with Hamilton and obviously Duran at the top of the lineup. Do you like this? Is this Alex Cora baseball?
I don't think it's Alex Cora baseball. It's MLB baseball right now. They changed the rules. I think Theo, with the group up there in MLB, they wanted the game to be more dynamic. We saw it last year, right, with the D-backs. They ran themselves into the World Series. Just playing good defense, running the bases well, advancing whenever they had a chance, and obviously they hit homers. One of the things that I think we've done a good job, especially at home, because we don't hit so many home runs at home. We've been able to exploit the opposition as far as like the running game. And then when we go on the road, we hit more homers than at Fenway. So it's been fun to watch. Obviously, personnel has to do a lot with it. We didn't know we didn't expect Hamilton to be here this year, right? It was going to be Trevor and the rest of the group, and then Trevor goes down, and Hamilton took over, and he's a weapon running the bases. Although Trevor is also an outstanding athlete, but it's fun to watch. We don't rely on the home run. We saw it yesterday. Rafaela hits a double, Duran hits a ground ball to second. Hamilton puts the ball in play. Rafaela scores. Hammy stole second. Casas hit a double. We score. So we got different ways of scoring runs, and I'm glad that we have this athletic group.
You brought up the differences between your team at home and on the road. It's a weird thing. You have a sub-500 record at Fenway Park, only team in the division with a losing record at home. And I know there's some weird splits in terms of errors and unearned runs. Is that just an aberration? Is there anything you can put a finger on?
Homers.
Yeah. How do you explain all that?
People don't talk about home runs. People don't talk about home runs. They always talk about the errors and all this. Yep. On the road, we hit a home run every 24 at-bats. We're fourth in the big leagues. At home, we hit a home run every 31 at-bats. We're 21st in the big league. So instant offense is something that is important, too, at the big league level. And as you know, Fenway is conducive for right-hander pull hitters. It helps them. The wall is right there. We saw it with Suarez, Altuve, Bregman. We got, in the lineup most of the time, we got three. O'Neill is the real power threat. The rest of them are, good hitters, that hit the ball the other way. Most of our hitters, the good ones, are left-handed hitters. And when they go the other way, usually it's a double. So it's not an excuse. It's the reality of it. And as far as the offensive part of it, we have to manufacture runs at home. And then on the road, we hit the ball out of the ballpark. So that's part of it, too.
All right, time for the Sherwin Williams question of the week. Before we get to this, they're killing me on the text line right now. Do you hate being called skipper, Alex? I'm sorry if you do, because I didn't know that.
It's okay. I don't like it. I think the only skip the only skip who's a manager in the big leagues is Skip Schumacher. That's it. The other ones were managers or yeah.
All right, won't happen again. Anyway, this question comes to us from Jorge Arucci of Level 5 Painting in Newton. It says, Alex, in your time here as both a player and a manager, what has been the most pivotal moment for you, and how has it shaped your approach to leading the team through triumphs and challenges? Wow. That's a good question.
Good question. I think 21, coming out of the suspension with the team that we had, it showed me that, it's possible, right? As far as talent, right? We weren't the most talented team, but we played the game well, we sucked defensively, but I think offensively we were really good. The pitching part of it is always important. When you pitch, you get a chance. We had 4 guys that they had 30 starts. The bullpen was pretty solid, but a team like that, very similar to 13, right? Although we fell short in 21, it makes it, it's possible to make it to the playoffs. And I think we're very similar to that. We have to be better in certain aspects. We got a month and a week, to turn this around and make it more than interesting, right? Get into the dance. But 21 was the year that I was like, man, this is a fun place, and teams like this, I know people love it.
Alex, before we let you go, there's one question in town that everybody seems to have an opinion on. Should the Patriots start Jacoby Brissett or Drake May at quarterback?
Man, I'm just thinking about the Miami Hurricanes, to be honest with you. When we talk about football, I just want them to beat Florida on Saturday.
Nice.
All right, fair enough. Alex, Cora, thanks so much for the time today, and good luck tonight.
See you guys. Be well. Good luck.
All right,
thanks.
that is Alex Cora there joining us here on the WEEI Afternoon Show. 617-779-7937 is the phone number. We'll react to some things that Cora had to say right there. And the Red Sox in August. They won last night, but it does seem like there's a pattern emerging here each year when it comes to this month. We'll examine that and look at an ESPN list of the best young players in the majors. That's all coming up right after this.